Okay, here we go. Here we go again. Where do I even start? Where do I even start? Where do I even start? South Africa, where do I even start with you people? Where do I even start? Where do I even begin? The day that I told you is coming is finally here. The era, in fact, not just the day, but the era that I told you is coming. The era that I told you is coming is here. Since 2017 until today, all the evidence, all the statistics, all the videos, everything I've been showing you on my Facebook, on my Instagram, and now on YouTube, everything I've been saying, you are now witnessing it in real time. You are now witnessing it in real time. You are being chased out of your own country. Foreigners have taken over every institution in South Africa. You are being chased out of your own country. Foreigners don't want you anymore. They are sick and tired of you. Okay? Foreigners don't want you and your children. They are sick and tired of you and your children. Okay? These foreigners are sick and tired of you. Okay? You are annoying them. You and your child are annoying these foreigners. The day that I told you would come is coming. Down to the water that's being poisoned right now. Down to the water supply of South Africa not being enough for everyone. I told you all of these things are coming. And I showed you the evidence of them. I told you a water crisis is coming, a financial crisis is coming, and a price inflation is coming. I told you, I said everything that Cyril Ramaphosa is doing. Remember, I was the only one, and I think I still am the only one, right? I think this South Africa will succeed. This YouTube channel is the only YouTube channel that exposed that Cyril Ramaphosa, during his first term, has borrowed 6 trillion rand this far. Since he became the president, he's borrowed 6 trillion. I am the only one who said that. President Ramaphosa has borrowed 6 trillion from the IMF, the World Bank, the Chinese bank, the EU. He's borrowed money from everyone. South Africa is 6 trillion rand in debt. You are paying for that. This is why your food is so expensive. And it's about to get worse. There is no president in history that's borrowed 6 trillion in one term. There is no president in history. And there is no president that's borrowed 6 trillion rand in one term. So price inflation in South Africa is about to go up. I've already said that. I've done a video of that. I'm not going to show all that. You guys can go back and watch my previous work. Okay, you can go back and watch all my previous videos. I've already shown that. So price inflation is about to take place. I've already told you that you will not have a country. You and your child are not going to have anywhere to go. I've already said that this country does not work for black people. This country does not work for colored people. This country does not work for white people. I've shown you that evidence. And you still have these stupid South Africans who are talking about voting and voting. After everything that I've shown you. After everything that I've shown you. After all the evidence that I've shown you. And I'm going to play these videos. You guys will see it for yourself. I'm going to play all these videos. You will see for yourselves. Our people are getting rejected from the education system of South Africa. You are getting rejected. Thanks to that DA minister and that GNU, you will see it for yourselves. I'm going to play all these videos. Guys, this is South Africa will succeed. My name is Siyakosani. If you are new here, this YouTube channel will change your life. So if you're somebody who doesn't love South Africa, don't subscribe. Don't join this society. Don't join this movement. Okay? If you're somebody who doesn't love South Africa, because I show you evidence. I don't just talk like Penuel. You guys are used to being entertained. I come here and I show you evidence. I don't just talk. I come here and I show you evidence. I don't just talk. So please, if you're somebody who doesn't love South Africa, please don't subscribe. If your heart is still connected to the DA, if your heart is still connected to the ANC and the EFF and the MK party, if your heart is still connected to political parties, please don't subscribe. This is not the place for you. I hate all of the political parties of South Africa. I hate all of them. Politicians are the reason why we are losing our country to foreigners. You people have been talking about voting for the DA, and then you spoke about voting for the EFF, and then you spoke about voting for this, and the Mkhonto Corruption Party, and Racist Mackenzie. You spoke about voting for, and I've been telling you, in 2029, you won't be allowed to vote. Number one, some of you will not be allowed to vote in 2029. Number two, foreigners will vote for the ANC in 2029. Foreigners are being processed into the system right now. If there are already 30 million illegal foreigners in South Africa, if there are already 30 million of them right now, and their children are being processed into our systems, and even with our jobs, they are being processed at work, they are given work visas and all of those things. These people are being processed into our system overnight. Okay? That's just a fact. Okay? So if you think you can outvote the ANC and the DA and the GNU, you are stupid. You are dumb, man. I'm gonna call it. You are just dumb. If you think you're gonna vote in 2029 and 50 million illegal foreigners will be voting in 2029 and they'll vote for the ANC. They will vote for the ANC. All of these illegal foreigners will vote for all of this that's happening. Operation Dudula, all of this that's happening. You are just helping the agenda. And shout out to Operation Dudula, by the way. Shout out to all South Africans who are fighting, guys. Shout out to all South Africans who are fighting. Shout out to all South Africans who are fighting. You are just in the way. Our constitution clearly says, it clearly says illegal foreigners must be deported. South African politicians, this government in general, this government has not listened to the constitution since the days of President Jacob Zuma. South African politicians and this government don't listen to the constitution. We have a rogue government. The ANC and all these politicians have been rogue since Jacob Zuma. They don't listen to the constitution, these people. They don't listen to the constitution. South Africa is supposed to have a Department of Deportation. Our constitution clearly states that. It clearly states that. And now they are working on changing the constitution. These people are working on changing the constitution while the country still doesn't work, by the way. South Africa does not work. The citizens of South Africa are living in almost 70% poverty. This country does not work. You are not going to vote your way out of this. So I've been telling you all of these things. I've been telling you all of you are not going to vote your way. There's only one way to fix South Africa, and we all know what it is. We all know what it is. Grow up. Okay? Grow up. Grow up. Grow up. Okay? We all know what it is. It's not voting, right? It's definitely not voting. You're not going to vote your way out of this. You won't have a country in 2029. You and your child won't have a place to go in 2029, guys. You and your child will not have a place to go in 2029. If this is happening right now, you and your child won't have a place to go in 2029. I told you, when all these farm murders were taking place, I told you, when all these farm murders, I said, oh, so it's farm killings. And then all of a sudden, they pass a law called expropriation without compensation. All of a sudden, while while the farmers are getting assassinated, they're passing laws to take back land all of a sudden. So these people are obviously coming for everything. While they are working on privatizing Eskom at the same time, while they are working on privatizing the water supply of South Africa at the same time. You will not have a country. You don't have a country now. You and your child don't have a country now as we speak. Okay. Let me watch the guys. It's gonna be. I told you it's gonna be a very short episode. Today's episode is gonna be very short. I'm not gonna keep you here for a long time. Okay.
Namhlanje, we are at the basic Department of Education. As a result of abantwana abangaplacekwanga ekolweni, we've got a list. We've compiled a list of more than 500 learners that have not been placed at school. And we have preliminarily engaged the Department of Basic Education, and we are now in their doorsteps to give them the tangible, the feasible number and the home bodies ukubakhombisa ukuthi naba labantu abangatholanga ikolo. Asikhulumi ngento esingayazi, asikhulumi into esicabangayo. We've got these parents, we've got these people, they are here. So what is the way forward? What is the problem? Fundamentally, we know there's a number of challenges. The system itself, the incapacity of the system, which also make provisions for corruption. You've got a kid from the same family where the older child was placed in that school. Come the following year, the younger child has to be placed in the very same school. Which becomes a problem in terms of the financial resources to the parents. It now exerts a pressure, financial constraint to the parent. So there's a lot of challenges when it comes to the system itself. But more than that, we just think we have to dig deep and identify the root cause, and some of the root cause, as alleged by other people, is corruption. And it's becoming evident that corruption has an element to it. But second to that, it's the issue of abantwana abasekolweni that are blocking spaces salabantwana bethu. Children of illegal immigrants that are not supposed to be at these schools. Children of illegal foreigners that have crossed the borders and came illegally into the country. When they are in the country, you want to give them service, you want to give them medical care, you want to give them schools, you want to give them. All of those things, we are saying the government must stop being xenophobic. This government is xenophobic. The government must stop being vigilante. They're not enforcing the laws of this country. Immigration laws the government is the custodian of these laws, but they are not enforcing these laws. They are not implementing these laws because of corruption, because of the justice system that is the judiciary that has collapsed, because of the corruption in Mapoisen, because of all of these things that you can count. But more than anything, let's talk about these kids that are not even supposed to be there. The rest of the other problems will be addressed later. One school in Orlando East, when we started this campaign, in Orlando East, had about 600 learners. 50% of the 600 learners were illegal foreign children that are not supposed to be at school. The government has introduced the BILA Act from September 2024. The BILA Act stipulates the criteria that needs to be followed in terms of the admission of these learners at school. But let me tell you something. When these foreign children are presented at school, The last time the teacher sees the parent is the day I'm later eskolweni. Why? Because Agana Mapep has got nothing whatsoever, no documents. Uyasaba ukubuyela eskolweni because part of the criteria Bella Act is that there is a review period of 3 months to review with how far is the progress in terms of Lama paper law that needs to be presented to the school. But umzali uyabaleka. Now, the biggest challenge are grade 1. In grade 1, children abasesebancane. Lo mntwana weshona oletha esikoleni azodeliver esikoleni. The last time a teacher abona the parent is the day of the admission. Second language barrier because the mntwana ukhuluma isiShona speaks none of the South African language, Sotho, Zulu, Afrikaans, English, Tsonga, Sivenda. Speaks none of those languages. Utishera uti, I will therefore have to spend good 6 months of my time inducting this child and teaching this child the South African languages. So angumfundisi lo mntwana lo. So the problem in a bigger scale of things, the problem is the inefficiency of this government to enforce and apply the immigration laws so that it cut down the
We've just received an update that your children will be able to be registered today. How do you feel about it?
Good morning, sister. Thank you very much. I think they're lying because already they told us that they don't have space for the secondary kids. They only place in the primary kids. So if they're saying we must stay here, for what? Staying for what? Because we're going to stay here, but they don't place our kids. We've been coming here, frequenting this office all the time. They placed my kid far from my vicinity. Then I don't know what do they expect from us. What must we do? There's nothing. I think they're just bluffing. There's nothing that is going to happen here. We must just leave and look for private schools and try to see how we're going to pay for those private schools. Because this one of government is not working, and it's worse. These government schools, you even pay for these government schools, then we are here queuing for the whole day. We rather go to the private and get a better service. I think that will be better. Because that one I can tell you now, you come here tomorrow, these secondary kids, they're not going to be placed. Even the primary, there's a lady here who said her child is going for the 2nd year without a school, but they're saying they're going to place everyone. Where are they going to place them? Maybe in heaven, or they're going to place them in the house. Because these people here, they're very arrogant. You can tell some of them, maybe they'll just wake them up from their sleep to come and work here. They're not respecting us. So we are very frustrated, but we'll leave this thing and go and look for a space for our kids in the private schools.
Njengoba silana we outside Errington Primary School sifike la ezolo sizocela ukubona uprincipal ngoba khona abazali bebefuna ukuthola ispace for ingane zabo kahle kahle labazali lokhu befika nje from April bengathola usizo so basebecela ukuthi sibasize ngoba bayabona ukuthi abantu sakhuluma ne-SGB mhlawumbe 3 days ago sacela ukuthi bahlangane nathi nabo labazali SGB yavuma kodwa kwasondela isikhathi kwangenzeka masifika la uprincipal afike asibizela amaphoyisa uSatshenuzi kalala wafika ke wathi uzosibopha masimbuza isabuthi izobe sibophelana safonela ke emaphoyiseni phezulu then I think bamtshela ukuthi alikho icala ekutheni sizosiza abantwana ukuthi bezofuna ikhaya saze sasho wabaleka kuprincipal wagcine ngababonanga abazali sabuya ke namhlanje futhi ngoba sizozamela bona labantwana abahlala la endaweni indawo yokuthi bafunde njengamanje list ihleli bazali abawu-60 bangabosisi bonke bahlala la endaweni i-SGB masibuzi yavuma ukuthi ngempela abantwana bala over 50 close to 60% abantwana abangaphandle abanye banama-documents abanye vele bayiwelela umngcele nje bazongena la eSouth Africa. So okwethu ukuzothola ukuthi lezi ngane lezi zase-South Africa enganayo indawo ehlala la fanele zenze njani ngoba bona bakwazi ukuthatha iy'ngane esingazazi nokuthi iqhamukaphi, azizazi nokuthi zobani. Uhulumeni uthe ingane noma inganawo ama-documents fanele ingene, which is something that we're still going to challenge ukuthi how do we then protect iy'ngane zala eSouth Africa if you are telling us ukuthi any child can walk in the morning la eSouth Africa bese ithole indawo. So if uhulumeni ethi every child has a right to education, which children if ezo-excluda lezi zala eSouth Africa? Yabo bonke labantu abahleli lapho sasekuseni bangavuka begoduke bemazweni abo baqhubeke beyopheka ujolofini lo abawuphekayo whatever. Lezi ngane lezi ayinayo option, azinalo elinye ikhaya ezothi mangabe kuyabhedalaze kuyona. So sizozama ukuthi siyifake le ngane la, because if bengayifaki la kumele benze sure ukuthi le ngane ziyafunda, because khona ezinye eseyidlalela zangafunda from last year lokhu kuthiwa i-scholarship. Now this year futhi fanele iphinde into eyodwa ngoba nakho uhulumeni wethu uzama
for heaven, here for heaven. I can't go anywhere. South Africa is my country and African is Africa country. No one gonna go. No one gonna go. And our children gonna go to school. And another building school. You're gonna speak
They require all the paper where you stay, address, bank statement. You give it the paper everything. Yes, no one. There's not even one person who they can get registered without one document. So they say that you don't pay tax. We are not to pay tax. Yes, you pay. So I don't understand what the so, and if I ask two people there, you come here to register your child and they didn't get a place. Show me which paper you came to register your child here.
There are people who from April who are saying they came. But they're doing the same thing. They're coming like at the school. Why does kids they don't do? We're going to send you to kidnap our kids. You understand me? What do you mean you are not free in South Africa? You are not free. You understand me? What you are doing, you are not free. You understand me? Because they are sending to kidnap our kids. Why the kids they done to them? You understand? Why the kids they done to them? You understand me? You understand me?
Njengoba silana we outside e primary school sifike la ezolo sizocela ukubona uprincipal ngoba khona abazali bebefuna ukuthola ispace for ingane zabo.
They require ID. They require all the paper where you stay, address, bank statement. You give it the paper everything. There's no one. There's not even one person who they can get registered without one document. So they say that you don't pay tax. We are not to pay tax. Yes.
Njengoba silana nje akube kudabukisa uyayibona nje abazali beingane bahlala khona la banayo indawo kuthiwa kugcwele uma ukhuluma ke 60% of so abantu bangaphandle and uyazibuza ukuthi kanti iyiphi inhloso yokuthi kube khona ama-public schools mawukuthi la ma-public schools sizowanikelela nje abantu bokufika kanti e-South Africa sasilwelani bafethu sasilela ukuthi abantu baseNigeria bakhululeke babengasho ngani-ke sangamane siqhubeke sibe oppressed bangabe kunjalo mawukuthi silwela wonke umuntu kufa abantu la e-South Africa befela ukuthi iy'ngane zikwazi ukukhululeka kwazi ukuthola imfundo kodwa kunalokho ukuthi sikhululeke sesicindezelwa uhulumeni wethu-ke manje usilokhu silethela la bantu bangaphandle at the expense of iy'ngane zase-South Africa.
They say they will show us the power of Zulu. Then why many of us are already living in their homeland? These people act tough. We are not scared of them.
South Africa. Khuluma nathi. Ufini la South Africa.
Ngifike
Khuluma sikuzwe.
Ngifike inyanga kuphela.
Inyanga ephelile. Unamaphepha okusebenza la?
Unamaphepha.
Una ipermit yokusebenza South Africa. Then ufunani? Yeah?
Passport na.
Ambekini. Wena kuphi ekhaya? Yeah? Mozambique. Yeah. Abantu bala South Africa banamsebenzi wena ubhizi uthetha umsebenzi wethu la eSouth Africa ukufaka idrag angithi? Angisho? Niphacile la emaplazini ngicabanga ukuthi nikumnandi kuyazenzela ozala wena.
Guys, look, anybody who's an ANC voter and a DA voter, anybody who's an ANC voter and a DA voter, I hope God gives you a disease. Any ANC voter or DA voter, I hope God gives you a disease. I hope God punishes you. I hope God gives you a disease. I hope God gives you erectile dysfunction, vagina dysfunction. I hope God destroys your life. Any ANC voter or DA voter, I am praying that God visits your family. I'm hoping that God deals with you and your family. I'm praying for that. That's what I'm praying for. That is what I'm praying for. Okay. Anybody, any ANC voter, any DA voter, I hope God gives you a disease. I hope God messes up your private parts. I hope God gives you diarrhea. Okay. I hope God deals with you. Okay. Any ANC voter or DA voter, I hope God deals with you and deals with your family. Okay. That's how I feel. That's what I'm going to pray for. From here on moving forward, I'm going to pray for DA voters and ANC voters to get a disease on their private parts. Okay. And that's just how I feel. Cheers.